Yo, 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 what's happening, my peoples? It's your boy B Right. I'm here, excited about March Madness. Listen, we here at the Sweet 16, and it's a pretty good Sweet 16. First and foremost, before we get into the Sweet 16, let's talk about some surprise teams that are not in it and are making the matchups not as much as exciting as it should and could be. And would definitely say big up to Iowa for seizing the moment, the opportunity per Mr. Golden, per Mr. Fland, per Mr. How for the Gators. Just a complete breakdown in the last few seconds to end your season. You know, Coach Golden said he was trying to foul. Why would you ever try to foul anybody up? The key is to play solid defense and to not give up a three. That's first and foremost. If you're up on any level, ladies and gentlemen, by just 2 points, your objective is to play solid D for 3 or 4 seconds and not give up a three for 3 or 4 seconds. But what you don't do is you don't foul unless a horrendous free throw shooter is handling the ball. That point guard wasn't horrendous. He was within the 70s or 80s, I believe. You went after him first. And you can't just pre-foul in college before the ball gets set in, because I believe it's, like a flagrant or if I'm not mistaken. So there was poor planning by the coach, poor angle by my man Boogie Fland, great player, great improvement by Boogie Fland. I'm a big fan of his. And then the best player on the team, lottery pick, Hawk, whatever the hell they call him, not to disrespect him, but he gave up too much on help to leave a shooter in the corner in March Madness to go up one. So, with that said, Condon was down in the paint. All Hall had to do was go back to his man, don't give up the three, let him go down there. You got Condon, you got to make the layup on. If you want to dish it out, somebody over on the left side is not a better three-point shooter than my man number 7 was for Iowa. All right, cool. You get a second chance. You call a timeout. You get 4 seconds, 3-9, whatever the case may be. Don't quote me on the seconds, but it was enough for Xavier Lee to get all the way down the court. First and foremost, Coach Golden, you won a chip. You're a fiery coach. You get into it with coaches. I like you. You got swag. Like you one of the best young coaches, one of the best coaches in college basketball. What you work with per your university, like you're making a football school a basketball school. So Golden, I will not question you and how you coach and what you do first and foremost, but I will question this. Why Boogie Fland didn't have that ball in his hand? Xavier Lee's faster. He could get down the court faster. Boogie Fland needed that ball in his hand. All right, moving forward, if you're going to give it to Lee, should have been something. He should have gave it up quick. Should have shot it. You don't even get a shot off. So that, to be said, the Iowa-Nebraska game is going to be very interesting. That's the first game I'm going to go on. It's going to be fast-paced, like a lot of three-point shooting. Iowa's going to try to make it more physical. Nebraska's going to try to make it more fast. I think the team that doesn't turn the ball over and the team that hits the most threes will probably win that game. But it's going to be a hard-fought game. And whoever wins that game, which I got to choose somebody because that's why we're here to be right or be wrong. My analysis to pick, I'm going to be and go with Nebraska. Fred Hoiberg, those guards, they spread you out a little bit more. I think our physicality could get to them. Iowa hasn't shot the ball well, but I think that Nebraska will go to the Elite Eight after this game takes place. Illinois, Houston. Woo! All my Cougs fans. I'm a closet Cougs fan. Cause H-Time. I'm. It's not where you from. It's where you at, dog. That's what they say. So, nah, man. BBN to the end. KY till I die. But we don't have a lot of tournament success around March, so I kind of got to root for somebody. Houston's always in it. So I say this to say Houston and Illinois. Wow. It's going to be a good matchup. First and foremost, Illinois is the second biggest team in NCAA height-wise. They got a good freshman. It's going to be lottery pick. I like them, but I'm not as high on them as everybody else is. I think Kingston Fleming is better for Houston. They're a big team. They can shoot, but I think Houston's defense and physicality and versatility will beat them. Kelvin Sampson's tough. So I see a tough matchup with Nebraska, a tough matchup with Houston. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go with Houston in the Final Four. Houston will beat Nebraska. Houston will represent that bracket. Then I'm going to go with the Dukies and the St. Johnnies. Rick Pitino will get his revenge on Duke from Christian Laettner. And yes, I still hate Christian Laettner, right? Rick, his team getting a buzzer beater, playing hard, playing like smart. I see them getting after Duke, and I see the big physical kid from Kansas. I can't pronounce his last name. Iki. Yeah, number 24. He's gonna have a good game against Boozer. I like his physicality, his ability to step out and shoot the ball as well. So I give St. John's that nod with coaching, and I give him with them just being rugged and going after Duke. Michigan State, UConn. Woo! That game right there is going to be a very good matchup. Caravan is going to have to go against a lot of guys that are physically as able to do the same things he can do. Score inside and out, be a little physical. I give Michigan State the nod. I think their point guard leads in the NCAA and the nation, I believe, in assists. You got to have guards. I think Carr is athletic enough to guard some of those wings for UConn. I feel like he can get up in Solo and the freshman Mullins. I feel like he can get up in them and play good defense. I think that Michigan State will out-tough them. I think that they'll out-tough UConn, and it'll be St. John's and Michigan State. Izzo, Rick Pitino. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. You putting pressure on me right now I don't have to do that yet. Do I have to do that? I do. I got to pick a team out of Final Four. My gut, my feelings, these are not facts. My gut goes with Slick Rick, St. John's, and Houston. Kelvin Sampson, Rick Pitino. Ooh, that's set up. Ooh, that's nasty. St. John's and Houston? Might want to bring metal detectors at that game. That's going to be gangster. All right, let's go on over to the other side of the bracket. Arizona, Arkansas. Arizona. Whoever wins this game is going to win in this bracket. I'm not even going to go into I'm going to address the next team, but whoever wins this game is going to win this bracket. They better, because they the best two teams on this side of the bracket, period, in the bracket. I'm going to go with the size of Arizona. The experience with Bradley over Acuff. I know Acuff is going to do what he do, but I like the experience and the calm setting of the Big 12 Player of the Year. I think Jaden Bradley's played in the SEC. He's played in Arizona. He's not seen anything. He's one of those guys that will probably go second round in the NBA draft and be in the NBA for 10, 15 years. He's a solid guard. He won't lose it for you. He's going to keep you in the game. And I don't know, man. Malik Thomas has been playing some good ball, though. Your guy, Brazil, number 7, Arkansas. He has to have a great game. Irwin, the center for Arkansas, the front line for Arkansas has to have a immaculate game. Because I believe in Arkansas's guards and their wings. I believe in Billy Richmond and Wagner. I believe in, of course, Acuff and Thomas. I just need to make sure that the Arkansas guys are playing well. I would like to see Arkansas win, but I think if they don't guard Braden Berries, they're going to definitely lose. But I'm going to give Arizona the nod. I want Arkansas to win, but I think Arizona's going to win. All right. Texas is hot. Texas got some scores. Swain and Mark, yeah, those two, they got a dynamic duo with those two. Mark Tremaine. So I like those two to beat Purdue, and I like those two to do better than the guard Braden Smith. So I'm saying Texas and Arizona, and then Arizona is going to the Final Four. Down in the bottom bracket, oh my gosh, Alabama's so deep at guard that they can lose Holloway and then have another feature guard come in and have 28, 29, hit 6 threes. I mean, come on, man. They're loaded at guard. Island's good. But I just think the size of Michigan and the ability to guard better, because Alabama doesn't guard. Now, if Alabama goes out there and just goes ape, you know what, from 3, they will beat Michigan. If they go out there and just shoot the ball well, they will beat them because they shoot the ball better than Michigan does. But I'm just afraid that they won't shoot that well and that it'll be more of a half-court game and it'll be a tough game, and I think that Michigan will grind that out and beat Alabama. Michigan's a good team, but they don't scare me offensively outside of Yaxel. And lastly, in this bottom bracket, I'm gonna go with Tennessee, Iowa State. It's gonna be interesting to see if Joshua Jefferson can play. If he can just play a little bit just to give him a lift, I think his physicality will be well served against Tennessee because that's what Tennessee does well. Estrella, the bigs down low. The kid that you just got to make sure you hold down is Gillespie, though. Gillespie makes Tennessee go. And if you don't know that by now, I would double team Gillespie every time I had it. Iowa State, I would double team. Ahmed, he's pretty good. He's thin. I like Iowa State to physical him up. So with that said, if Jefferson can play and Iowa State shooting the ball well, Tennessee doesn't score it that well. Jacoby has to go crazy. Ahmed has to go crazy. It's gonna be a tough, good game, but I got Iowa State. And last but not least, I got Michigan knocking off Iowa State in a good, close matchup. Might even have to get him on a buzzer beater or something. Who knows? But I like Michigan down in that bracket to represent the Final Four. I got Arizona. I want Arkansas to win, but I'm going with Arizona, right? Facts and feelings there. Over in the other bracket, I'm going with, of course, I said Slick Rick goes back to the Final Four with his fourth team. Oh my goodness. What a freaking basketball. I wish he never would have left Lexington, Kentucky. He would have probably had about 7 or 8 titles by now. I think he would have. That's just me. The time that Slick Rick left the University of Kentucky basketball, 96, 97, till now, which is 2026, 25. We're talking, yes, I'm not a math position, 25 plus years. And those 25 plus years, I think he would have got about 5 to 7 chips. It's just me. That's just me. That's just me. I think Rick gets about 7 chips. I respect to Calipari and him getting his one, but if he would have stayed here and just, oh my gosh, he would have owned Lexington. But that's just another story. Houston represents the Final Four. Arizona, Michigan, St. John's, and Houston, and B. Wright's Final Four. Until the Final Four, and the ball is tipped, you better fight, because inside you lose.